Welcome back, everybody. The Austin Train Show is rolling into the Palmer Event Center this Saturday. And here to tell us more about this exciting event is Peter Casimir. He is the chair of the show. He and I have been chatting behind the scenes. I've just learned more about trains than I knew in the last 15 years. Peter is an absolute a beast when it comes to understanding trains.
Hi.
Peter, we appreciate it. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Let's start with the history. What's the tradition of the train show? Because I think people are about to find out it's been around a lot longer than they think.
Yes, it's been an awesome tradition. This is our 49th year. It started in 1973, I think, at a Howard Johnson's on I-35. It's gone through several iterations since then. This is our second year downtown at the Palmer Event Center. So, yeah, it's just been growing pretty steadily the last decade or so.
Which is interesting because, you know, we're kind of getting farther and farther away from a time where trains were something that was an accessible form of transportation. But you say there are still some passenger trains around. I'd love to hear from you. What makes you love trains so much? Because you said it started a long time ago.
Oh, well, I've been a model railroader since I was a kid. My dad was a model railroader. He probably started with the Lionel set when he was a kid, but I started with really small trains, N-scale trains, about, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches long each. And, you know, I had a little set in my bedroom when I was a kid, and then came back to it kind of after college and been on and off since then. There's a pretty large model railroad community here in Austin. A lot of people have railroads at their homes, like here. I'm at one of the local model railroaders here in town, Tom Foreman's house. He actually models Austin. You can see the city limits here behind me. And
So cool.
yeah, and it's a great hobby. There's something for everybody. If you love electronics, you can do that. If you love just building the models, you can do that. If you want to learn how real railroads operate and then try to replicate that, you can do that. Carpentry, you can, there's a lot of computer stuff if you want to do that. And all of it's optional, and you can pick and choose what you like. If you want to bring it all together but you don't know one skill, there's a lot of people in town who will be happy to help you, even do it for you. There's a number of clubs, so if you just want to join the club and play with the trains with the club, you can certainly do that as well.
Well, I think for a lot of people, yeah, they liked trains when they were a kid, and maybe they haven't thought about it in 10 or 20 years, something like that. So this is a
Yeah.
really good way to get plugged back in. And I know that you're going to have 25,000 square feet of operating model railroads, 100 vendor tables. You've got a lot going on that's going to be happening at the train show this weekend. So can we talk a little bit more about those vendors? Because I said to you, I bet there are going to be some affordable things to buy at those vendors. I have a feeling there are going to be some pretty expensive things to see at those vendors because collecting is a big hobby.
Oh yeah, it runs the gamut. We've got something for everyone, from just the folks who just want to play with the trains, you know, families, kids, all the way up to the real serious model railroader. We've got someone who's bringing an operating steam locomotive that's 4 or 5 feet long. That's probably worth several $1,000s. I don't think it's for sale.
But you can try.
Yeah, most of the kind of trains you see running behind me here run anywhere from $5 or $6 up to a couple $100, depending on what you buy, how detailed it is, how much the electronics are that are in it. And then we've got stuff for kids. You know, we've got shirts and hats and toys and coloring books and stuff. We've got, tools. There's someone coming that's selling 3D printers, because some people 3D print the locomotives and stuff. So there's going to be something for everybody. Definitely.
It sounds like a great time. And I'd like to hear a little bit more about what else people can see when they come to the event, because as you mentioned, it is super kid friendly. In fact, you have something called the Kiddie Express that you're going to be offering, right?
That's right. There's a train ride the kids can ride on around the outside of the Palmer Event Center. We've also got several operating model railroads, like the one you see behind me here, different scales and different levels of complexity. We've even got one that's completely built out of Legos. That's a huge attraction for the kids. It's actually a really complex model railroad in its own right, so it's really nice to see that.
Awesome. Yeah. And there's going to be kind of a tour of people who are really into this thing, like the Gentleman's House that you're at right now. You said a self-guided tour. And then there's also a raffle as well, right? What can people win if they enter into that?
Oh, that's right. We have a raffle that helps fund the Austin Model Railroad Society. It's a nonprofit organization that we're focused on educating the public about model railroading and trains in general. And the train show is our key event every year. The biggest we have a number of items in the raffle, but the biggest item is we actually raffle off a complete model railroad. That includes the scenery, the electronics, the train. It's a 4 by 6 feet railroad, so it fits in your bedroom under the bed if you want to. So it's not a big, huge thing like that sitting in here. Uh, and that's really popular. We have that every year, where we build a new little railroad and raffle it off every year. But we have a couple other things too for serious model railroaders and for the kids and family alike.
Awesome. Yeah. When you're talking about that model railroad, the first thing I think is around the Christmas tree. It would be very
Yeah.
good to get that train up
Yep.
and moving. And just real
Yep.
quickly
There's going to
before
be
we
oh,
go ahead.
good. There's one of the raffle items is a train set. That would be perfect for around the tree.
Ding, ding, ding. And anything else you want viewers to know, because they don't have a whole lot of time, right? This is only a 2-day event.
Yes, it's a 2-day event, Saturday and Sunday, from 10 to 5 on Saturday and 10 to 4 on Sunday. We also have clinics at the show, so if you're interested in learning more about model railroading, or if you're already a model railroader and want to learn some new things, some new tricks, we'll have some clinics there at the show to learn those things. Yeah, I think that's it.
Going to be a good time. And I'll tell you what, my boss's ears have never perked up so much in a morning meeting when we were talking about trains coming back around. I think it's a deep love for a lot of people that catches them early. So we're raising the next generation too. We really appreciate your time, Peter. Thank you so much, and hope y'all have a great show this weekend. You guys
Thank
heard
you.
it here. Of course, the Austin Train Show is going to be at the Palmer Event Center. It's this Saturday and Sunday. Tickets are only $8, and children under 12 get in free. Learn more at austintrainshow.org.